With a sizzle reel, Ches. When watching my videos, it's important to remember that despite the medicine, the pain, the hospital visits, cystic fibrosis is not a guaranteed life of sadness. You will never catch me saying, why me? That mindset doesn't exist. Every time I get knocked down, I'll stand right back up and ask, is that all you've got? Have it, UCF. You might be wondering why I've not had half my organs ripped out. What an absolute bag of turd the last 12 days has been. Now you'll notice I'm not stood here like some busted up old car with no parts in it. Some of you might be sat there going, this is anticlimactic. Last week he was all on about getting every single organ he had ripped out of his ass. It's all about balance. It's a horrible bastard of a disease and it affects multiple parts of your body and you deteriorate over time. So what you have to do as someone who suffers with it is you have to make sure that you have the best life you can within that time. Kaftrio slowed it down significantly. However, for the first generation of Kaftrio users like myself, we're already damaged. It's already kind of taken its toll. It's already set us on a path of, I was going to say destruction then, but that seems a bit serious, doesn't it? It's already set us down a path of progressed illness, which can't be reversed. And one of the things that it did to me was it left a cavity in my chest, which is filled with infection, which has hardened and has laid dormant for years. And it also caused blood vessels to be opened, which have been bleeding for many years. But if you think of a doctor, a recommendation that they make is to potentially fix you. What they don't take into account is the human impact and the person's life after whatever they've suggested. But with that in mind, they suggested that I had these two vessels embolized. So here's the thing as well, when they started talking about this cavity, with my quality of life and the life that I live now, we decided that we didn't want to take this out because if we had to remove the cavity, it'd be around that area of my lung, give or take. I'm not a doctor, and that'd be a massive recovery. There's risks of killing the lung completely, and then some people go, oh, we can live with one lung. Well, all right, give us yours, you can do it. This is the thing, a lot of opinions go about, a lot of you should do this, you should do that, you should do this, blah 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 blah, that all goes about. But at the end of the day, if I take these operations now and I get paralysed or I lose a lung or I'm not the same after, I will absolutely hate myself because I put myself through this. Now don't get me wrong, right? If I leave this and potentially in 4 or 5 years, I am literally hanging out of my arse, death's door, lungs on wires everywhere, that's an obvious sign to me I should do it because the risk and reward has shifted. The scales have tipped. But right now, there is no way on this earth. On top of that, doing an embolization, it's 6 to 12 months. They will open again. They might last longer, they might not last as long as they say, but they will open again. My chest bleeds sporadically. I could go a year, I could go 2 years, I could go a month, I could go 3 months. So you tell me, what's the difference between shutting these and I'm opening in 6 months or my body not naturally bleeding for 7 to 12 to 3 years? That's the first bit that's a bit hard to justify. Secondly, if these are closed, the reason these vessels are open is because they're trying to heal that area, which will never heal. So more blood needs to be forced to that area. If I close them, there is a chance that more will open up. So if I temporarily close them and more open up in the meantime, I could be dealing with 4 or 5 of these vessels in 4 years. So, is it better the devil you know?
You say you won't bleed me no more. You're getting them alive.
There's tons of risks for doing the procedures. There is tons of risks for not. But let's be honest, all my life has been a massive question mark, a massive risk. And I've dealt with it every single day. This is how I live. You're always kind of riding the odds when you're dealing with cystic fibrosis. Every single person with it is. Every single normal person is. You could go out and get hit by a bus. I fucking hate that analogy. However, it's true. My luck would be I'd have both of these operations. They'd give me loads of side effects, and then I'd get hit by a fucking bus anyway. I have to think about my own life, what I'm trying to do in the future, and right now, taking all of my organs out doesn't really align with me moving forward in a positive way. It's funny, isn't it? Because when I made a video last week in hospital, I was like that, and now I'm like that. But it's all in the mind. If you keep your mind strong, you keep your mind healthy, you can do anything. So what's next? Extreme gym, extreme diet, taking better care of myself, and let's see how I go.